All right, what is going on YouTube? It's another week in the books. Took a break just to post the tower cast last week with probably the worst timing in the world. But hey, it's drawn back with another look at my tower, and let's just jump right in. So, lifetime stats, of course. So we've passed the 500 and 550 trillion mark, which is awesome. We're also approaching the 1 year mark next month, so I'm very excited for the relic, and I'll definitely do a 1 year reflection update. Let's see, any else interesting? Let's see, the lab coin 71 in the lab. 107 in the workshop. Interesting. All right. And then, yes, so wave-wise, I have not done any more pushing. I think I might try to push tier 15 after this video, do a little bit of micro, but I don't know. I might still just be a bit too weak with enhancements and all that, so we will see. But I think I will definitely give this a spin again. If not, I definitely Friday, Saturday, my days off generally, so we'll give that a nice whirl. And I hit a new high on tier 10 doing an experiment that ended right before I started this video, up to 9.4 trillion on tier 10 now, which is awesome. So, speaking of those farm stats, let's get that up here. Since I have quite a few weeks here to make up, as you guys can see. I got the coins roughly wrong because I actually closed the window, but now I see. So it wasn't too far off. But yeah, the last couple of days have been very nice. You see I've got the GT Black Hole Deathwave cooldown to 3 minutes flat now, which bumped up my average coin from 5 to 6 trillion all the way up to 8 trillion. And I also tried what some people have been doing with no cannon, which didn't really change much of anything. And then I put on the singularity harness since I have the maxed range, and wow, yeah, I'm blown away with that result. I was not expecting that because obviously there's no it's a partial sync, but it's not a complete sync. So I'm going to give this another whirl. It looks like for now, the singularity harness might actually be the move if I'm getting this extra boost on top of everything. I would have thought, because my previous singularity harness tests make it just marginally weaker than the G comp. But I think now with the lowered cooldowns and then obviously like a reliable partial sync, I guess that's probably what's pushing it. But yeah, I'm really happy with where the farm sets have been lately. And then we'll go to our usual here around the horn. Tournament history. So the first tournament with the level skip battle condition, I got to 915 waves, rank 7. If you guys watched the tower cast with Ethan, which you should if you want to watch us horribly predict how v27 came out an hour later, I also peaked at rank 6 with some decent waves. But I mean, as you guys can see by the history, it's a pretty consistent like upper mid part of champs, and occasionally I'll have a good week. But I'm hoping these last 2 of 3 are a good indicator of where things are going for me, because just one tournament so far with the battle skip condition has definitely thrown a loop or a wrench in a lot of people. So we'll kind of see how that plays out, especially tonight. And go into the event shop. Nothing crazy, I already got the free ones done, the card is done, and then just the usual ones here for now. Got my 1 stone pack. Got the skins here. And I am going to work towards this code stream one. This will be very, very useful for milestone pushing. So I forget what this one is. Not Crit Factory. Yep. And Goldbot. Still hanging out with the max range. I'll get the Relic. And I think I can get away with upping the bonus here. I believe, because I have to factor in the fetch medals that I get over the course of this event. So I think that should help me have enough stockpiled for this upcoming event. Could be wrong, but it's kind of where my mind is at as far as the Goldbot upgrading. Thank you for the free gems and the guild shop. So we got the first 2 boxes. Still November. Okay. I don't know why we haven't added anyone yet, but I'm not I don't even think we have officers or anything like that. So it's literally just it's just up to the leader. So but we've got the new season going here with guilds. I think it was my last progress video. I went kind of crazy on fetch, which just for my own sanity, I'm going to put that down to 90. I mean, it's what? Every 2 fetch procs now will sync with my trio. And then I don't know with the steel now bounty rework, because it's non. I'm sure someone's already crunched the numbers. I could even get these to sync back up. I'm not sure, but for now, I'm kind of just holding on the chips. Again, I don't want to respec any of these, so kind of just slowly chip away at everything. The one thing I am surprised about is the lack of a new chip. I don't know if they're still balance testing these or what's going on, but I was kind of expecting a little more for the guilds, but I guess that'll probably be the next update, or the next game update, maybe coinciding with a new season. I'm not sure, but this is how I'll get the background first. We'll work on the menu and banner, get all the cheap stuff, as many easy coin bonuses as possible. None of these are like, oh my god, I gotta have these. So I might even actually wait on the relics. I might pick the 75 one up. I don't know. There's not really like any pressing order that I'm worried about. So I've got that. I don't actually ever check the ranking, but I'm just curious. Global, weekly, cool. Yeah, that's not something I check. I'm not really like overly concerned with my global ranking or anything like that. Relics, I'm up to what, 90 now? Yeah, 90 relics on the dot, which is awesome. I'll just scroll through the relic stats real quick. If you guys are curious, you want to pause it at all. All right. And then we'll jump on into the ultimate weapons, or workshop, I guess. We'll go in reverse order. So like I mentioned, Death Wave, Golden Tower, Black Hole, all synced at 3 minutes now. And I put a click, I believe from the last video, I put a click into chain lightning damage. So I may throw one more click in here. Maybe up the chance. What is the next? Yeah, okay, chance will be 1550. I'm really not sure because there's a lot of things that I want to do. I want to get one more click in Death Wave quantity. I want to get a third spotlight, and I want to keep working on GT duration a little bit, lower these cooldowns. Maybe up black holes duration a bit more again. Not sure. So there's a lot of things I want to do, but not enough stones to go around, obviously. So I do have to kind of take that week by week at this point. So let's just jump. Well, let's do the regular. Regular workshop, nothing's really different here. Again, damage, health regen are all 5,500. The main change that I did was I got my attack level skip up a bit, and then I brought health level skips into that orbit as well. Just to kind of get them all a bit faster. I don't know if it's going to... It's probably one of those things longer term that's just going to eventually make the runs a bit longer, a bit more consistent as I get more skips sooner. And I feel like that's really the best investment I can do right now in the workshop. I mean, I like to do the hundreds at a time, and it's just like, okay. Like, this is just one run at this point, so it's not horrible, but it's also not like what I'm looking to spend my coins on necessarily right now, so. Alright, so to the enhancements. Damage, crit, super. I don't think I've touched these since the last video. I've pretty much been throwing everything in the defense enhancements here, so these are all synced. I'll probably just get these up to 1.5, and then I'll bring wall health back up with it. And then cells per kill up to 1.2. Coin bonus is still chilling up there. And yeah, now that I have that one run under my belt of 9 trillion, I think I might be able to sneak in another bonus here. So a lot of slow incremental gains here that I'm really, really enjoying. On the card side, we are, after this card event, about 5,600 gems or so away from maxing all these bad boys. Of course, the timing of this patch and the new mods is a bit unfortunate because I do want to just kind of blitz through these, get it over with, but I do want those new modules if they end up being pretty good. So I'm going to keep my gems hoarded for now. And if the first mod isn't great, then I'll dump a bit, like 1,000 or something, into cards. Make the next event go by a bit quicker, and we'll get closer to maxing these. I'm still not still can't afford masteries by any means, but it would be very nice to just get these finally out of the way. And on the module point, so oh yeah, let me re-equip this before my next farm, before I forget. So we've got quite a few changes in here. So I'm down to 100k reroll shards from about 400k earlier, and I went hunting a little bit here. So on my Harmony Conductor, I got the Ancestral Death Wave quantity I was talking about last time. So very excited on that. I'm hoping that'll boost the cells. Maybe a slight bump in the coins. I have not done a run with these new ones yet. I just did this before recording. Because I had meant to do it last night, but I was probably like 2,000 waves deep before I recognized and fell asleep. So, but the big one is the spotlight angle. I'm very, very excited to see how this pays off, because an extra 11 degrees is amazing. And I only spent about 160k reroll shards to get these two. So what was it? It was 2 seconds of GT duration I had before, and mythic deathwave quantity. So I think this is a good trade-off. And the stones I can easily offset the GT duration loss, so I'm not really worried about that. I think the spotlight angle definitely going to be a nice boost, and it is pushing me actually to really consider that third spotlight now that I have this. But we will see, because I was also considering looking for it on the Dimension Core, but then I thought, do I want to waste reroll shards going hunting for this? Because I'm also one Dimension Core, right? Or was it 2? No, it's 1. I'm 1 Dimension Core away from Mythic also, or Ancestral, so I don't really want to waste the reroll shards. And then, on like my first mod pull, right? I pull 1, and it's like, oh well, now you got to roll for Ancestral stats. Have fun. So I will probably hold off on that. The multiverse, I have no progress whatsoever going on here. So, having the natural sync, getting much lower coin gains with it, it might be something that I consider if I want to just like cheat and start lowering the black hole cooldown quite a bit, and then going back to using this for a natural sync. I don't know, but I think for now, this setup is doing pretty good on the coins, while I try to eventually lower the econ cooldowns. I bumped this up from rare to epic, like, whatever, big whoop. I would like to get the mythic stat here, but I'm not going to burn a million reroll shards on that, because I still need to work on this guy. There's no improvements really here, but yeah. Everything else, I guess I can pull up the history too. I don't even remember if I've pulled anything decent in the past like 2 weeks. Oh yeah, another project funding, because G-Comp is simply a myth. Oh yeah, negative mass projector. Yeah, so really, yeah, nothing's really going on here for now. I got that death penalty, I got the astral, but it's pretty quiet on the mod front right now. I definitely need more, but I want to see what the banner is going to bring us first before I go crazy. Because I know someone posted the quote unquote banner math. You need, I think it's 12,000 gems or so, roughly, to get Ancestral off the banner with semi decent luck. So I'll just save what I can. I already have enough for a next card event mission, so that's cool. We'll just we'll have to see, because I've heard there's leaks, but I don't know what. No one's posted any what the leaks are, so I'm just waiting for that banner drop. We'll see in a couple days. All right, and my final subject, labs. So with the update, lab speed was my final one to unfreeze. So I have a nice bank of cells here, and I've kind of shaken up a lot of my thought process on the labs right now. So let me just pull up the history. It's 2 weeks of history. So damage and crit, I got to level 60, and I decided to stop. I also bumped wall fortification up to level 30. Coins per kill, that's still going up to 80. Anything else? I'm trying to think. I think GT bonus I stopped in here at some point as well. Oh yeah, health regen up to 30 kind of randomly. Yeah, golden tower bonus from the last video. Okay, I was right. But yeah, that's really all I've been doing. Kind of just messing with things as they go in, the favorite slots and everything. So coins per kill. I don't know if I'm gonna stop this at 80, but GT duration, or excuse me, not duration, GT bonus back in, or I could also throw some golden bot duration levels back in, which wouldn't be too bad. Maybe get that up to level 10 at the least, and kind of keep going. I do also want to max out the mod shard cost. It's not too long of a lab. And then, since attack speed has been fixed with the patch, this is a buff to chain lightning in tournaments. And I'm hoping... I don't know. I don't think I'm going to permanent it. I don't know. I think it's probably, what, like 3 weeks, a month or something like that if I keep it in. That might be... Maybe if I 4x it. I don't know. But... you know, we'll piecemeal things together because there's just a lot of things that I want to be labbing right now. And then, yeah, sorry, I didn't even comment. I had the wall fortification in this slot, got it up to 30. I'm upping the thorns to 13 just on the logic of taking a hit off of elites and in bosses. It doesn't affect the plasma cannon boss hits, if I'm remembering correctly. So this is just in tournament, like this is really only going to buff tournaments where the battle condition for plasma cannon, there we go, it's a mouthful. If that is in there, that at least is going to help me tank the later bosses as things kind of scale up a little bit. I was thinking maybe throwing like 5 levels of wall regen in. Let me pull that up actually. Yeah, wall regen is at 15, and it's... I mean, if I 4x it, it's 3 days and some change at a time. So I'm like, it's gonna take a while. Maybe just buffing the regular health regen to match health would be a little better of my time. I'm not all that sure, but yeah, I have a lot of thoughts going on here. Like, I'm not even concerned about this 5th perk ban, but it is just hanging out in the history for now. And I haven't done a good scroll in a while. I know not everyone is going to watch the Tower cast, so if you guys are curious, I'll just kind of scroll through the labs really quick. If you want to pause at any point, check out what's going on, absolutely feel free. And I'm sure there's like stuff in here where it's like, why did you stop this? Why did you not finish this? Oh yes, you know what? This actually reminds me. Let me put these up in the favorites. I really want to get these done and out of the way. I just think with the battle condition, these 2% margins at max level are going to be so beneficial. So I may as well do that. Get that out of the way. Death Wave Health is another one where I'm like, it might improve the farm, but I don't need, like, I don't know, there's like minor EHP stuff that I think about that could help push my farms a little bit more. And I feel like for now, setting up the hybrid transition is a lot of just like damage, crit factor, attack speed, getting stuff like that in order. Because a lot of it really is just going to be from the stones, as much as I understand. And I have a million things that I want to do with my stones. So I probably should just max this out. I don't know why I haven't. I'll get to that. And yeah, perks research, nothing to do here except auto pick, which I don't care about. Nothing for the bots. Nothing for enemies. I didn't realize like these are actually pretty affordable. Kind of curious how this scales. I have never looked it up. This could be nice. I don't know if it's like I don't think I'm at a point where this is going to be a worthwhile lab, but it is something longer. Eventually down the line, I guess could be a nice boost. And then modules. Obviously, I'm working on the shard cost, coin cost. As I get closer to 141 and then eventually 161, I think this is going to matter a bit more. But for now, I'm not at all worried. But all right, got through the labs, got through a lot of my thought process here. Yeah, of course, obviously, we're going to keep grinding away, making all these small gains. Got some more gems, of course. Thank you very much. And yeah, guys, other than that, I think that's really all I got for y'all today. Thank you, as always, for watching. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, whatever you guys are doing. Even if you're just a passive viewer, appreciate you more than you know. And I will catch you guys next week. Catch you in the next one. Have a great day, evening, wherever you are. Peace.